I really do need to find a better solution for the display going to sleep. Alright. Alright, we're still setting up, but we're almost done there. You're winding down. Get that off of there. Alright, now this is going to be a little bit trippy. Okay, there we got that. And actually I didn't cover my notes. Alright, that should be relatively set up. Microphone position's a little bit awkward. Alright, so I've got essentially this shell of a previous presentation to work with here. So we're going to take that, we're going to set up the outline for the new one and grab existing slides where we can. I could get a camera on that wall. It's probably hard to read at full size. I don't know if it's going to be too terribly useful right now, and it'll block something out. So we need to go back to start. So this one, what is it? Yes. All right, so that is so old as to be useless right now. So down here is my dumping ground, and this might actually be dumped even further down. I'm not currently... I could maybe do this in one of my later points, but for now I don't want it. These we'll use somewhere. What I might need to do is actually establish no, actually I've already got this. We just want to take a black slide. It's D for duplicate. Have this be just our starting point. Then we want to start with an outline. Did I do an outline in this one ever? I might not have. We've got a build here. So if we duplicate that, those were code things, might have different formatting. It's a list, it's set up with the build. We're going to pretty much replace everything here, and maybe reformat it later. Or maybe this one needs to be a title too. I don't know if I had that. So our main points are going to be theft of server database. Weak passwords, loss of user information, and theft of user information. And I might actually want to, where is master in this version? I used to use a different version of Keynote. Zoom, add slide. Chart, shape, media. Did they remove the ability to change master? Because, I mean, it could have some weird effects. I could see that. Format, reapply. You know, they used to have just a little drop down that would let you change the master dynamically, and I can realize how that has issues, but sometimes you decide you want a heading. Edit master slides. I want to edit them. Well, I mean, I guess I could just go back to a previous version. Might be too late now. Change file type. They seem to have removed a very useful feature. So, which leaves me with the only option document would be to make an entirely new slide and copy everything over, which is just frustrating. This is Keynote 7.3. Master of an existing slide. There's 6. Now you see, oh, maybe I was using 5 before. Got the slide overview. Okay. Slide overview. Change. Okay. Bullets, title and bullets. There we go. And we might have to do more formatting on this later. Oh, wait. There was some stuff here. Oh, and because... Right, I need to... Oh, no. Okay, I was in... Sorry about that. I was in studio mode to try and fix something, and it left the starting up. Unfortunately, I can't easily get that chat in here because my display captures aren't working right now. All right, so we got outline. And let's still want to go point by point on this, but we've still got to build on it. So next is going to be title. And for the moment, we still got our previous theme. And a sneeze. All right. Oh, you jerk. Authentication. Yep, we left that in there. So we will have to fix this later. 2018 is going to be 03. What is the day going to be? That'll be the 14th. Subtitle, do we have one? SQRL and other ends in authentication systems. And then I need something about, so this is actually pretty close to the failings. That one could work. I don't know if I want to jump into that right away, but it's definitely something that brings up that point. Then we've got bioslide. Then what are our headings going to be? We've got statements, properties. So I was using a series of things for major points. I might want to have threats and solutions here. So I'm probably going to need to find something else for threat, because we can pick up the squirrel stuff as part of our themes and solutions because they're part of squirrel. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into Edit Master Slides, Photo Credit Title. We do have Title Center. Actually, I should check what master those are using. Nope. So you are using Photo Credit Title. Okay. Where there is no credit in this case. So that could be our basis for this. If we go into Edit Master, Photo Credit Title, we want to duplicate. So we're going to have a design for that we will... Now I say we want to fix that later, but I don't need these kids. So what we do is actually, we can change master later. So we delete that, nothing's using it. Just use this for now and identify it in case we want to change it later. All right, exit master. So up here, oh. This is, nope, this is not, okay, this is not where we're at, okay. Add slide as threat. Theft of server database. Threat number 1. And this I have some existing slides for, I think. Or at least one existing slide for. Now I'm not going to be talking as much about correlation attacks here. But we might be able to mention that in passing. That stuff's all going to be weak passwords. Do I currently have one for shared secrets? Anyway, weak passwords. Yes, I do. Now, do I have anything else? This is all about passwords. That's about shared secrets in general. Here's password schemes. There's nothing to lose. There's public-private key cryptography. There's SSH. Could I throw that cartoon in there? I forget what context I was using it in. That's a maybe. Does this have anything on one-way functions? Oh, okay, that doesn't work here. It's mostly password stuff. It's very SQRL specific stuff. I'm going to need those in a little bit. There we go. We did one-way functions first or last the previous time. Of course, now we need to get those all the way up there. So now we've got to shrink back again. This should be down around our elliptic curve stuff. All right, one-way functions. Oh, that was before SSH, actually. All right, and elliptic curves. Elliptic curves, point out that one. That one. I think that's naming the particular algorithm. Oh, we lost something. That goes with you. And that goes with you. My curtain knocked those down. All right. So, do I have 256 bits as the new black in here? That would have been down around this stuff, right? Too small. Convenience and security would be another good one to mention at some point, but I don't know if it fits right now. That's it. Maybe a little smaller than I want. So I need to get that all the way up to the top. Actually, before my break. All right, so efficiency is a point. kind of goes along with that. I don't know if it needs an actual slide. Do I even have a point? You know what? I probably shouldn't even mention the arbitrary keys here. That really goes along with something else. Maybe I'll end up mentioning it in passing. And then we need, I might be able to spot libsodium from here. There we go. And then we need threat. Weak passwords. And this is where I think I've basically got this stuff right here. I could almost use that as the title. That helps gives it a little bit of structure. So we've got password schemes, forgetting and reuse. Actually, there was a slide back here. That might make sense. All right, do we have anything for password managers currently? This might still be too small. Client key management might be a point. Oh, actually. Yeah, that might be something I want to pull in as a reminder to take a drink. Sometimes I forget about that when I'm up there presenting. That could be a thing. Oh, I do have one-way functions. Do I have multiple one-way functions? All right, we do not currently have a password manager. Just give me a point, and maybe might be able to elaborate this one. And this is actually a reference I need to check. All right, we're done with you. So I think it is no have R, but I could be missing some. All approaches to human authentication rely on at least one of the following. Pedigree of any window purporting to be a login prompt. All right, so two-factor is considered as something you have. Steal a finger. Replace the biometric sensor. Compromise a biometric database. What does it mean to revoke a fingerprint? No, I don't need you. Okay, there's another reference to it. Another reference. I don't know if there's like an ultimate authority on this. Maybe it's time to eliminate something you know. Yeah, I don't know if there, I mean, you can give a reference to this, but not a particularly definitive one. But that does reinforce that I have the correct three things. Something you know, and I might actually want to redo this so that we've got big lettering here. All right, oh, and I need, I'm going to want, I grabbed a slide for public-private key. Ooh. Now see, that's actually got some iconography with it. That might want to stick with that. But I do need some way to identify major themes. What is this based on? Credit title. Well, we'll have to roll with it for now. So we're here. We want a appropriate shot for an agent. That's already resources, that's fine. I didn't actually have that many before. Actually, the super squirrel could work pretty well there. Secret agent? Does that work? I mean, it's a hero coming to rescue us, maybe, but... Yeah, none of these say... And I may have to go looking for others at some point. None of these say agent. It could be something I can look at elsewhere. So for now, we just grab one. All right, agents. Agents could include apps, and this is where we'd probably want to include examples. Do I want to include them here? We'll see. All right, and then we've already got a thing. All right, it's public-private key cryptography. It combines with that. Slow down. I probably should have zoomed out. I can't actually tell what the heck I'm doing. All right, got all the way back up here. Did we mention, yeah, just SSH again. All right, so now we've got SSH, we've got cryptocurrency wallet. That could possibly do with a shot of MetaMask. Concept is in SSH, in this might end up being a photo. This would be if you'd used cryptocurrency wallet, and we'll probably want to get a shot of MetaMask for that. And SQRL, I guess we come back to this one again? Except that probably shouldn't be a major point there. I want to have a similar style to what we've got on the other ones. Can I convert master on this? This is title center, heavily customized. This is more of a point. Okay. Now, did I have something about securing the private key? I got something about user responsibility. Which one was this? Ah. There's user responsibility, which is I will be needing soon. No, actually what I need to do is zoom back out. So I've still got that highlight. It's down. Okay, we're going to have to go up a little bit. And then we've got you. Oh, and actually, there's my weak passwords. I want to maybe work that in somehow. What we need right now, though, is do we have anything that talks about encryption as a point? I don't think I really hammered on that before. I talk about how SQRL does it, but I don't talk about the general thing of it. Yeah, there's its format, how it's doing. There's encrypted containers, but that's just a feature of it. All right, we need something for that. Okay, so we've got squirrel. So we need to secure the private key, which is generally going to mean encryption. I could talk about how SQRL does it, but that's so far we're at a pretty good time. And multi-level encryption. It's a title. And maybe I could come up with some image for that. And then we've got, ultimately, it's user responsibility, which leads us into, this is kind of new information. It's going to be based on threats. I guess I could have just done yeah, we could just do a new one here. Because we've got threat, loss of user information. So we've got MetaMask again, which I might need to have a thing for. And offline storage. I don't know if I've got anything for that right now. You know what? I've got multiple copies of that one thing, so I don't need offline storage. This is SQRL specific. So I'm gonna want this nearby. But it's not exactly what we want, because I'm going to talk about words first. And actually, this is a solution. I don't know if I've got enough squirrels for this. All right, do you have a nut? No. Do I have another one somewhere? Guy up in a branch? Nope. But you're my only other squirrel we got right now. All right, so you're a solution. In the case of some of our systems, we have words, and I can do a little throwaway key to be an example of that. That is specific to SQRL. Multi-level keys. Oh, maybe it's not offline storage. It is multi-level keys is the... level keys, and then we have precedes that. Offline storage. All right, MetaMask does it with words. Multi-level keys are a general thing. We need, at some point we're going to need to point a thing that's referencing header oak semaphore. Probably need to look up a reference for that. Only a link to it, which is, once again, words. We've got the concept of a daily use key. And then in SQRL, which I want to see if this is really how we want to do this, but I had, yeah, this like regular one doesn't need to be, yeah, fixed itself, cool. Doesn't need to be there. And then we have its offline storage. And then its identity master key. Identity unlock key. It's just more what's pictured there. I don't remember. This was a slide for offline storage. So, and hello, SES Dev. Thank you for the host. Not doing games today, if anybody's actually there. We're doing a slide deck for some authentication stuff. All right, and we're running around almost halfway through now. A little more. All right, so what was I using for threats? There we go. That can just be that's a master, so we can just do threat. Theft of user information. All right, so once again, we'll probably want to have a MetaMask thing or a cryptocurrency thing. We talked about cold wallets. And then with my door out of the way. All right, so cold wallets. And our solution to this is going to be, I haven't used you yet. Levels and rights. Which is going to allow us to do a rotation of keys. So we've got in semaphore, this might actually be how things work in semaphore as a little side thing. They have keyring rotation. In SQRL, I should almost have a master for this at this point. SQRL. We have our identity unlock key and our identity master key. And we have a protocol to lock accounts. With a current identity and a previous identity, and a method to disable accounts. All right, so actually I've not saved this in quite a while. Then we need outline wrap up, which is going to look a little bit like this. Theft of the server database, which we answer with public private key crypto. Weak passwords, we answer with agents. Loss of user information with multi-level keys and offline storage, and within levels and rights. And then I usually have there's my previous wrap up. I think I had individual points for it last time. Oh, I've got resources. Oh, I think this was probably the question slide. And I'm going to have to edit resources. This is more SQRL specific stuff. So I don't have good resources for this per se. Something I'm going to have to work on, actually. But we do want that. We probably want... Did I scroll it off? At least that. Okay, that's the Ruby specific stuff. GRC, I'm going to check the recency of all these resources. All right. That's a baseline. I know there are particular points that I need that are particularly rough. How does this go in? Nothing to lose. Wait. Shared secrets, public. No, we want nothing to lose to be up one. Where do I want this? This isn't fitting here. That was way off. All right, so we want to have nothing to lose. We do that with public-private key cryptography, which is based on one-way functions. You might have seen them in SSH. Lately, we're seeing a lot of elliptic curves, including that one, which happens to be this. I think this slide was maybe set up for bigger quotes. Let's, yeah, it's going to be case specific, how big the text is. Is that it? This is a little bit small too. All right, this bits new black, readily available as libsodium. You are transposed. Then we have weak passwords. In 20 years of effort, we've successfully trained everyone to use passwords that are hard for humans to remember, but easy for computers to guess. Also, two can keep a secret. Do I need a slide for that? Actually, is that an actual quote? I thought this was complete quote and who it said it. Is one place. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Okay, even better. Comes from Poor Richard's Almanac, authored by all right. So this is something we can do for shared secrets. So this would be like a quote with a title. Because we've got, well, we've already got that. This is like doubling down on this point, I guess. This is sort of a quote. And there was a if two are dead. And I think I just need to bump up my quote master. This is the second time I've wanted a bigger one. And there is an option somewhere. Or there used to be, to auto shrink text. Which they appear to have also hidden somewhere. All right, public-private key, one-way functions. Ooh. Is there a good reference on this? Easy to compute on the input, but hard to invert. Well, the trick would be, it's like I could use a trapdoor for this. But I'd have to find an image I could actually use. Yeah, the trapdoor function. So that's going to be a flourish I'm going to have time for. SSH, elliptic curve. It's the algorithm we're using. You can find loop sodium for everything. I want a better threat. All right, so we've got, terrible passwords, which has just been proven by the I might actually want to do it this way. Leading to schemes, reuse of passwords. I could probably collect a bunch of password manager icons. It's not a super important case, but that would flesh that up. Something you know, something you have, something you are. All right, so these I wanted to. Do I have a better master for this? Not really title and bullets. Although kind of title and bullets. Well. Can we do micro editing? Yes, we can. Alright, so this gets painful here. Let's try 200, 300, and then we take that one and duplicate it down and turn that into have R, get rid of these. I'd love a better image for that, but apps. Okay, so I had a specific reference to a Google authentication thing. Fortunately, I did not get a link to it. Identity platform. System. Go smart lock. Saves their password. Okay, that's just another password vault. SMS Retriever API can automatically retrieve verification codes. It's a little scary. This is not the thing I ran across the other day. Google sign in. But that's not OAuth? Client library built on OAuth. So I guess we have to take Google out of this. Okay, Authenticator, I know what that is. It's a two-factor, it's basic two-factor. Azure mobile apps. I don't even remember what I was searching for the other day. It's the verification apps. Well, I'm going to have to circle back and oh, maybe I did get that from the squirrel list. Anyway, This one is maybe not. All right, that's got an image. I don't know if SSH has an image. So this is where we want to get a MetaMask image that we can use to reference that. All right, so this is an animated thing I would have to capture myself. This might be a straight image. Okay. Not applications. There's reference. There's the scroll code. We need one for downloads. Grabbed images. Oh, and you're running a 3D thing. So this is probably going to turn into a... Oh, fabulous. Photo booth, really? Insert, choose. There we go. It's going to be MetaMask. Probably. Oh no, it's Ethereum. Oh, that was an insert, not a set the image. Really? This is a feature downgrade. Holy crow. Okay, this is not an insert. This is edit. Not insert. Format. Image. Maybe there's a menu thing? No, there's no menus attached to this. Apple, you know, use image outside of photos. Nope. And ng GZZ, thank you for the host as well. Not doing games right now, and we're trying to fix very, very frustrating things with Keynote. Is there a name for this abomination? Keynote, pick any image. Yeah, insert will do it. It's just that I've got places where, how do I change the theme? I've got places where I'm set up to have images. And I'd like to be able to replace that, keeping all of the formatting, instead of having to insert it. And then redo all of the formatting from scratch. Keynote, change image in master. Background. Okay, insert is fine. It's replace image on slide. I don't want to call a script for this. So skip references to slides. To replace. But only first Keynote document passed. This sounds really, really hard to use. Easy way to replace images in Keynote without losing formatting. Really? Edit the XML? That is not a user interface. Change picture. Replace image. And that's this garbage again. There is no escape hatch from this. Oh my gosh. Maybe in here. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, now I need to change the mask mode in this. Oh. I'm not sure what that means. All right, so got a wallet. Got SSH, you got wallets, we've got SQRL. Maybe I should try to make this more unified. Find a different, you know what, SQRL does have an icon. I don't think that existed. Oh, do I have it here? So this would actually be no, it seemed to be a no. Is it grc.com? I guess I just haven't been there in a long time. Yep. Squirrel. Yeah, we got this guy. Now, is there like a resources section with better information on that? Feedback, FAQ, commentary, implementation resources. No. Well, I can try looking through the list later. For now, 80 by 80. Let's start. Keynote. Squirrel. So I think we might actually need to, because we're going to have this in a couple of places. Well, or I just copy paste it. It's not having a subtitle actually be kind of nice at the moment. Grabs. Oh. I'm not really sure what that does. Anyway. All right, and there's a couple places where I used that. Difference how they were doing things. Yeah, the super squirrel might not be quite the context we want here. Oh, do we have copies of this if we want them for something? I mean, I can always go into the other slide deck. So we lose you, we lose you, we do an insert. Oh man, you are a small one, aren't you? The white actually makes that stand out a little bit. which also suggests an alternate color scheme. All right. Da, 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 da. All right, so we were actually down here looking at stuff we need to fix. And yeah, that actually works. That kind of implies. So we had secure the key encryption, multi-level encryption. That wouldn't hurt to have be 2 lines as well. And I don't know if there's a good image or concept that would cover user responsibility. Because when it's gone, it's gone. I'd kind of like to do something different with threat. We have, oh, I wanted to, can I change master to this one? Oh, well. There we go. Yep. So it's going to be very close to that one. Where was I? I was looking at loss of user information, MetaMask. And actually, what is the proper wording? Well, I took it down because it had a, oops, fancy thing going on. So they do capitalize it like that. Offline storage, cold wallet comes in later. All right, so this is where we create and immediately delete an account. All right, so I'm going to, this should all be behind the, behind stuff. I'm just gonna turn it off for a little bit. All right, let's see, I have no actual currency, so out of the password manager, what we want to do is figure out, so, okay, so we're on a test network. Settings, create account. Oh. So they made you back it up. for account 1, but not for account 2. Interesting. Yep, at your own risk. So we're going to create this account and delete it immediately. It's just an address. That's not the words. Man, that's useless. Okay. So I guess that's actually a recovery for this device. And I also don't know how to streaming shown address. It's on a test network. So I guess the recovery phrase is actually a MetaMask thing. So does that mean that we log out? Restore from seed phrase. Restore your vault. Oh, so that's a vault seed. How do you reset? MetaMask separate vault. Resetting an account. Settings menu. Wipes the current account's transaction history. Clean network in a fresh state. Oh, reveal seed words. But that is actually in this account. All right, so first we have to log in. All right, well. Actually, do we have, can we just get a, is there a stock sample out there somewhere that's just already in the public? Nope, that's okay. No, it's seed phrase. MetaMask seed phrase example. Nope. All right, well, I guess there's no way to do this except to show it and then reset the account. All right, so settings. So this needs to turn into a change master. I guess it'll have to be titled in bullets, except it's not actually bullets. Let me go into here. All right, now since we have, this is a reset, it might show me new ones. Not that it's an important count, but just in case. All right, well, reset accounts resets the accounts, not the state. Migrating to a new seed phrase. All accounts you ever created in from the same seed and phrase. You gotta use a second browser. Each profile gets its own extensions. That was not exceptionally helpful. Let's try window extensions. Details, background page, remove extension. Yep, that's the only option they give you. You can't just wipe its data. So now we have to go back to reinstall it. Oh, did I miss some discussion here? Looks like I did. Yeah, I missed some discussion. All right, so they did this, they did that. All right, it's available. Well, we can find out if it needs to reset accounts. You know, at some point they might just show it, so... Come on, LastPass, you can open a dialog, it's okay. Again, why does it take forever to edit something? All right. All right, we've got brand new account 1. That should be all the possibly secret stuff. I mean, this is still very much a test account. Oh, and we want to go back to test network in case we do anything silly. And hopefully we're just done for now. And get rid of this fox looking at me. All right, throwaway account. Bullet. None. Let's bump this up a lot. That was nothing. Really? That just looks bad. Maybe... No, it still looks bad. Everything looks bad. All right, offline storage in your world. Then we get into multi-level keys. I need a reference to you. Now I had a reference to this, which is going to be a little bit farther down. Do I still have this open even? Yep. Does semaphore itself have some sort of logo? Yes, although they don't really put it anywhere. Oh god, what is the... Depends as long as I use the combinations. Entire screen, selected portion, Command Shift 4. This actually has transparency though. Something we'd like to capture. All right, so download, then grabs. Rename this. And how are they spelling it? Sum of 4. Does the default tools let me do an easy crop on this? That ought to do it. Crop. All right, so I don't need you. And I'm actually done with you. Yeah, kernel and OBS. All right, this is going to turn into change master. How about Spider Oak software? And then for you, we have to go up here and replace. Grab semaphore. Which I've misspelled. Yep. They also have words. Let me see, do they have examples of a recovery phase? Well, we can reuse their words. It's words are words within the space of this high-level talk. So for images, probably just a count keyring. And then the server can manage the account. That'll be a little bit harder to fit into an image. But account and keyring kind of gets the idea we're going after. I have offline storage. Okay, you're also words, daily use key. There, I've already talked about multiple levels of encryption. Multiple levels of keys. Where? Loss of user information. Offline storage. Multi-level keys, that's it. Just, it looks so different. Multi-level keys, you've got your recovery key. What is it, what they call it? Count recovery. Recovery key. 7 randomly chosen words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one is actually going to be recovery key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit smaller. And we have a daily use key. We have anything, this is mostly text. key derivation. This is hashing count identity, keyring identity. For them, it's a keyring. Count data structure, recovery key, seed byte, secret keys, authentication identity hash, count keyring is really essentially your daily use stuff. I really don't have anything I can use here. What I could do is actually get a shot of this. Just technically the hash tree, but it shows relationships. And why does it spin up when you just show an image? Grabs. We want to duplicate that. We want multi-level keys. And technically this branching is also sort of part of it, but tools, crop. So you want to change to, could do you, make this the keyring. And then we have to go up here to get an actual selection dialog. And file this under M. And we go on to SQRL, which uses an identity unlock plus a rescue code. Does the SQRL site have a example of that? This is the introduction. Water time. And left the mic on. Oh well. Alright. Water refreshed. Laundry rotated. Alright, users view. Now this is going to be a bit out of date, but Identity lock, client-side key management. So I might have to troll through a list to see if there's like a good public example. Client implementation details. Yeah, I don't have a good example handy right now. I can get the formal definition of how big it is. Does the user interface page define how big? Rescue code. Private identity range, which is a 77-digit number. .24 decimal digit. I think they may have changed to base 56. How about you? Oh wait, this is SSH. I think I'm done with you. Scroll spec. That was a text file, wasn't it? Spec. Oh. Abort, abort. All right. Rescue identity, type 2 blocks. Use a 12-byte, all zero initialization. Rescue code in offline format. Cryptographically strong, 24 decimal digit. Okay, so they're still saying that. That we could probably do. All right. Identity master key, that's stored internally, it's linked to curve identity, though don't... Do I have any of my old stuff that gets into this? Identity master key, that's how we generate. The site key and the identity key, we do signatures. I don't think I really did the local identity key. No, I don't have anything that really defines how that goes. So we were just doing, well, I know we were recently here. Okay, identity unlock, identity master is your daily use. Threat, theft of user information. I don't know if there's any, I mean, there's probably cold storage, reserves a Bitcoin offline. Yeah, so if I searched around, I could probably find an image somebody has done with a wallet on ice or something, but I don't really need an image here. Could maybe go back to the Spider Oak thing here. Rotation of keys. They have a count to keyring. This is semaphore keyring rotation. We could go back to U. Where were we? Semaphore keyring rotation. Oh, also, we've got a thing for semaphore now. Semaphore. Okay, so we've got our identity unlock key, we've got our identity master key, the lock protocol. All right, do we have anything in the SQRL pages that diagram that? Wait, did I? Maybe the images hadn't loaded. Use a secret password. Yes, there actually isn't a usable image here. Import an identity. So I guess the images just hadn't loaded yet. I got too much stuff going on. All right, so we've got offline storage. I actually need two things here. Create an identity. Rescue code. This has probably changed a little bit. Back up. No, this is actually this. Could I just move this? Is this the one anyway? Is that the code I pulled out of there already? All right, we need to get you out of downloads. So this is actually a little bit of a backup. To here. This is talking about loss of user information, offline storage, words, recovery key. Okay, we got the two sets of keys. Let's start with a new one for now. Do I actually have a title with subtitle? I think I'm going to end up with two images here. No. So encrypted. Is that what this is? This is a yeah. So that just becomes a customized thing, I think. Do we have another instance of this somewhere for ease of use? We've got a QR. Maybe not. All right, so duplicate that. Insert, choose, grabs. It was that one. And insert, choose, it was like create QR, display QR. So this is your offline storage. Actually, there might be something to actually show export. Yeah. Import, 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 import. Yeah, nothing. It's still the old logo. I don't think this is going to really have too much in the way of identity master key. Password, backup. There probably are some, oh, password hint. All right, so that is actually something I'm going to want later, as long as I'm here. Actually, I only want both of these. Save. Save. Grabs. I know there's a place where I talk about multiple levels of passwords. So weak passwords, loss of user information, theft of user information, resources, levels and rights. Is that levels and rights? Multi-level encryption is under passwords, actually. All right, so you need turn into, this is going to be multiple images. Insert, choose, grabs. I don't want to use this pass prompt. We can update this, thank you. And one of these was prompt, pass prompt. Didn't pay attention to what it was called. And I'm getting quite the collection of images. Display QR. That's fat squirrel, not fast squirrel. Hint prompt. I should lay out this way a little bit better. Oh, because these aren't aligned to begin with, so it's not going to give me a hint there. How about, yeah, there we go. All right, so I found that. Now, where was I actually working? I had done, I had done that, and I want to pull you somewhere off this presentation, because we've got this. I was going to do something with encrypted, wasn't I? This is under loss of user information. Now that seems like a bad slide. And how is time doing? Time is moving on. Identity unlock key. Identity master key. This is, we're talking about multiple levels of keys. This isn't going to be as much of a thing in the user section. I don't know if it's going to be in here. I mean, that's another level of key, which... That's actually like 3 levels of keys, if anything. Crypto architecture. Okay, master key. Password verify. That's multiple levels, but it's not quite the same thing. Identity lock. Client-side key management. Rescue code, access. Our main focus right now is multiple levels of encryption. Wait. No, loss of user information is multiple levels of keys, which is what allows you to do recovery. So we want something expressing the relationship between the identity unlock key and the identity master key. That might not be too bad. Users view the application, user interface and operation. No, actually, this is the one that I found all stuff. Syntax, semantics, storage system. Not as much, no. Oh. And this is all QR code login, which is not as relevant anymore. Is this even accurate anymore? Yeah, oh, it's GCM. We were talking about loss and multiple levels of keys and rescue codes. Unlock key, master key, so that might work. All right, so we've got identity unlock key, which is backed. Let's see, do we want to go squirrel has these levels, and that's how it's backed up. Okay, that's how it's backed up. And then you're going to be, I think this gives a little bit more space. This is like a key flow. Or do I want to focus this on just this? I could do a highlight. Shape. Oh wow, they've added a lot of... Wow, okay. That's been greatly expanded. Style, it's text. Fill. No fill. Border. Picture frame seem a little bit too much. And then we know what we frequently do is make this look like an annotation. Bump up the size a little bit. Wouldn't mind a little bit more rounder corners, but okay. There's a rounded box. No fill. Line. There. Okay, it kept those properties. Red actually is not great contrast here, but he's using all of our primary colors. Actually, my color scheme for this is... Now, very often when I do these things, it gets, yeah, recent colors. Neither of these are going to show up exceptionally well. And then we got that stuff done. All right, theft of user information. Cold wallet, I just don't have a good answer for right now without just finding some random art. Our answer is to have levels and rights, rotation of keys. I might be able to find something for that. I don't know if I'm going to find it quickly. So they've got key rotations. SQRL has the identity unlock key. All right, so I could actually probably bring back. So we're talking about levels and rights. It's got the unlock key and the master key. That slide talks about that a bit. There's the lock protocol, which is going to be a subject here. Okay, this is very technical details about how this works. This is a little bit of a diversion from our current focus. So our focus right now is that we have the ability to replace identities. So we've got our identity unlock key. I can bring back my other thing that says, okay, we've got 2 levels of keys. And then we've got lock, we've got current and previous. This is the identity lock protocol. There's actually 2 parts to this. It might be something we could kind of have there is how we do it. Current and previous identity. I don't know if there are going to be any good images for that. Semantics, maybe? Web server behavior? This is going to be a bit more technical. Also out of date, but all right. So I don't have anything for those, or at least not anything easily accessible. Could possibly use some of the lock stuff. And I don't really think there's anything for disable and enable. It's just different levels of rights. I could pull the stuff from the client, maybe. Which was that? Was that user interface and operation? Nope. So we got the two pieces of identity lock, which says, hey, there's something interesting going on here, but it doesn't really... say... I don't know if it's really going to help. It's just saying, hey, there's stuff happening. It gives some sense of what's stored in the web server. All right, go to U. The lock protocol, we want to change you to title. And then ID lock 3. Yeah, those aren't going to quite line up, I don't think. Yeah, there's a little spacing that makes them not, say, visually say dip. Okay, how about this? If you're going to be that big of a jerk about it. Now we want to ungroup. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm not going to line up perfectly, but I thought I got the others to line up to center nicely. Excuse me. So these we can bring up with a different title. So we're talking about rotation of keys. So we've got a relationship between a identity unlock key and an identity master key. Oops. Actually. So we've got lock, we've got current and previous. I don't really have a handy image for disable. I might change master. I hate using bullets, but I don't think it's useful to separate this one. Disable with IMK daily use. Enable only with identity unlock key recovery. We got that. Resources. All right, so there's my links. Is Squirrel... I only have to decide if I want to do a custom links for authentication stuff. All right. Or what kind of references I need to make. All right, so this don't have a, this might be more of a framing brown backdrop thing. It's gonna be one of these. That's too dark. Okay, just the highlight color. And then our view, likewise, it's too far. Depth of user information, wrap up, review. Okay. The framing slides. Okay, we got resources. That looks like it should be set up for a build. I might need to make a new pinboard list with like semaphore and stuff. And then I need to somewhere run across that Google Auth thing. I don't know where what I was searching for when I found that. Oh, but we actually have to take that out unless we can find better examples of authentication apps, so to speak. I guess OAuth is a form of that. It's just the other party is an agent of sorts. That's an interesting perspective on it. What I don't have is good examples of this sort of app-based agent. Well, we can actually search for that. There's SSH agents, SSH, the internal database. This is a product, so that could serve as a example. Platform behind. Oh, nope. This is fine. Oh, that's Secure ID. Sweet. Sign-in request. Yes, no. Yeah, unfortunately, they're doing enterprise sales, which means they're going to be very low on explaining how things actually work. Mobile push authentication. So it can talk about apps. We just have to reframe it as our example as, RSA, for instance, has a mobile push authentication is the term. I don't use this much, but view. RSA secure ID mobile push authentication. None of which will be visible if I export this to PDF. Do I have a subtitle on this? I do not have a subtitle on this. Title and subtitle, but not as a regular point. All right. View, hide presenter notes. All right, that's one hole taken care of. I want to do something with my threat page. I don't know what. Okay, I'm still in like background color. We need to be text color. That's fill text. That is probably going to be terrible. All right, so we want to check. Okay, deuteranopia, protanopia. It's not great. And since these tend to be pretty compact, I could make this bigger text as well, which would help. Yeah, I don't like that contrast. That's too weak. How about we kick you back to black, and we add a little custom text. Bump you up. You were 112 before. I'm terrible with fonts. No. 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 No, there's no. All right, just leave it alone. Maybe bold. And then you can be that. And if that's not readable, it's not going to be the end of the world. Because that's just kind of a bonus style thing. All right. You know what? I think I was doing more. No, not necessarily. Size adjustments on a case-by-case basis. All right, what are we missing? All right, I don't know that, I'm not going to have time to try and play off the next-gen theme. All right, now, one thing we could do is try to organize some bonus material in case it comes up. So, after the break, and actually, we'll need a new break. So, other threats I'd considered. Tracking. Related to that, we have phishing, we have man in the middle. I think I've actually got an image for untrusted computer. in the middle. We might. I haven't developed much for second factor attacks. I guess we might. I mean, we could technically consider social engineering. It's I don't know if I have an answer for that right now, though. And I don't know. I guess user error would be the ease of use argument. Oh, and you ended up not where I put you. No, I don't actually know what a good ordering for these is. Tracking is something I might want to move on to because it's specific to SQRL. I know phishing, I need to educate myself a little bit on how it does that. There's a lot of discussion about phishing in man in the middle. This gets into user experience of how it works. So we could touch on that. That could be related to there. Wait, reused and forgotten. Did I was actually, man, I was using those for that purpose. And I just didn't see that I had those. Those are basically just that without a title, so that's fine. What else? All right, so I had a plan for that. What do I have? So this is a slide for a concept. This is user experience, which actually this has to be updated. And that was, we're at the site. So that is the flow of how we do tracking per site keys. What do I have there? Yeah. So let's expand that out a little bit. Maybe we grab you. Pull that down here. Yep. Ah. All right, so this is the process. This I was just kind of getting out of the way. So this is their answer to tracking. Is the cryptography... That's how we're using that in there. Syntax. I mean, I could go digging for that if I need to. History could be a bonus topic. Second loop is actually going away. This stuff is all out of date. This is actually something I kind of wanted to pull up. And I can find the reference for this later. We're talking about elliptic curve. Yeah, this is an elliptic curve. This isn't necessarily this particular algorithm. Ordering. I might want to actually do it that way. All right. All right, so bonus topics. So we answer tracking by having so the basic answer is to have unique keys. But you flow from this, we mix stuff up, we have two keys and perform a signature with them. That's one of the things, that's another thing. Actually, this is completely changed. That is that. Can be done alongside this. Gets you logged in. I have to see if I can actually get a good screenshot of the updated flow there. Anonymous. That is... This is code stuff. Commands are old. There's nothing to lose. It's the example app. I think these were some of the resource things I need to check on. This is the hashing method behind the per site signature specifically. So we could maybe pull that up. Protocol syntax, I could go digging for, although that could bring that up a little bit if we really need to. I don't think I have enough for history right now. Client key management. We could get into if we need to. The unlock, we get into any. All right, so for these attacks, we've got phishing. Now these I have to look up. So part of the answer to phishing is that we have a domain binding. And you always want to have a nonce or a unique challenge. That's also man in the middle. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. We have domain binding. Do nonces directly address man in the middle? Well, it addresses capture. Second factor is more of they can't attack your SIMs and social engineering. Untrusted computers is something that we more can directly address. That is more of the QR code login. So we don't directly address these. These are just things that are out there. I guess social engineering can also fall under theft of your user database. Second factor attacks is more of a problem with the current systems. So I need to find, and I'm going to have to go back through the squirrel list, which I need to catch up on first. To find GRC's demo site, unless he's actually got it linked here somewhere. I don't know that it's even been updated since he did this stuff, because there was an updated UI for it that is more, looks a lot more like OAuth. So we're going to want to get that. All right, I'm starting to hit stuff that I want to do off stream, like catch up on the squirrel list, look up, and then look up that, the UI example. And I'll have to be reviewing this for stuff we can do. So I think the plan is going to be for tomorrow morning to get to rehearsal against the slides, which will be things like checking my remote so that when I go out Tuesday, I can get batteries and such if I need to. And then in the afternoon, if I have time after my errands, I can do additional revising and tweaking and looking up references, another thing I might want to do offline. Start looking up, verifying my resources. All right. So that is where we're at right now. So time for me to wrap up. And it's getting towards dinner time. And I'm starting to run out of easy slide topics here. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks to all the hosts on Twitch, NG, LGZZ, Haskin TV, and they're running around on me, Z1 Gaming, Ard5, McGrime, SES Dev, Cat Knox, Thermia Slipper, Dosseret Gaming. Let's see, for Twitch, let me see if I can get a... Well, I'm not going to have any good recommendations to follow on this, unless... Well, there's some game dev. Yeah, so I'll be doing more of this stuff tomorrow. Oh, programming tutor. I guess I do that one a lot. So I do need more tech things. And actually, I'm pretty much off of here. Well, shoot, actually, I've got to do this crazy stuff to get off of there. So get off there. We're pretty much done. And then for Twitch, let's go to a little bit of game dev. Make sure he's still going. Looks like it's still going. All right, so if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back in the future. I'll be doing games, should be Wednesday for Astroneer, and then other stuff later in the week. Bye. All right, I'm gonna need a visual signal here, aren't I? I'll just do a little bit of that.